everything sold off. Everything is down. Not just crypto, not just stock market. The dollar's down, bonds are down. Everything is down right now. Crypto altogether has had some of the largest liquidation events that we have ever seen. Bitcoin is now officially down 20% from the high, which is just par for the course with crypto. However, the altcoin market is getting decimated. Everyone, not just in crypto, literally everyone who has money in the financial markets is just fleeing to the sideline right now over fears of just uncertainty and what's going on in the broader economy and the broader markets. We saw a lot of data indicating that there was a big slowdown in economic growth in the United States for the month of February. And the trade war, of course, the fear of the trade war is starting to kick back in again because Trump was like, hey, we're going to have 25% tariffs. And then everyone sold off everything. And then he was like, just kidding. That was just a scare tactic to get everyone to cooperate with me. And then everyone's like, all right, I'm not going to cooperate with you then. And he was like, all right, 25% tariffs. And the market's like, what do we do? And so everyone's just going to the sidelines. And I'll show you some of the charts here in a second. I want to give everyone a minute to kind of join in. Right now, it's just one solo person watching the live stream. Is it you?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, now we have three. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Raralis, welcome. Happy to see you in here, my guy. Happy. Truth's in here. Let's go, Truth. I thought it was just Amanda giving me some emotional support. But today's a pretty exciting day for me and for DeSci and for you guys as well, because I'm going to try and go live again a little bit later at the Research Hub event, because it's going to be the roast of DeSci that I get to be the MC for. So I get to go on stage in front of a bunch of people at a crowded place or whatever for the first time, dare I say, in person. I've not talked on stage in person before. And I feel like it's very fitting that the market's having a massive sell-off and I get to make fun of everyone. And I've already thought about a bunch of the things I'm going to make fun of them for, and it's going to be a blast. So I'm going to try and live stream that a little bit later. But I do want to show you the charts because it's not just crypto, and it's very, very weird what's happening. You go look and you see a lot of the institutions on Wall Street come out publicly saying, hey, everything's fine, everything looks cool, we're successfully hitting the soft landings. And then on-chain and on the stock market, they're just hitting limit orders to sell everything. And not just equities, but commodities are down, oil's down, bonds are down, interest rates are having a hard time staying where the Fed wants them to be. Bitcoin's down, Ethereum's down, Solana's up, actually. The only thing right now that I see that's up, but it's marginal, and it did have some of the biggest sell-offs leading into this. We see everything, the dollar's down. The dollar's down. Usually when the dollar goes down, assets are going up, but it's everyone just getting out. Everyone just wants to wait and see what the ramifications are going to be from all these little trade war things that are going on. Nature and relax mood. What's good? Welcome in, King Alexander. Happy to see you guys in here. MK, WWW. Hit that like button. Let's go. What's going on in Market Bro? My portfolio is almost crashing. It's a sad moment, I guess, for everyone. What's good, Wizard? Good morning, Stare. Yeah, so like I just said, everything is down. Not a single person right now is likely making money on a long position in the market right now. This is stuff that we've been talking about for a couple months. Like, what I feel like is happening today is stuff that we have been addressing and talking about on live for a very long time at this point. I think it's just a lot of the market is waking up to some of these concerns and fears about everything that's happening in the economy, both here in the States and globally. The reason why I didn't personally take any positions or get out of anything in the market, despite knowing of how uncertain everything was looking, was because I think that the risk to reward is not equal here. Meaning, I could get out of these positions like last week or last month, but there was no guarantee that this was going to happen. None of the information that people are panicking on right now is new information if you've been paying attention to it. And so for me, personally, I was aware and covering all of it and trying to digest as much as I could, but it was like, I do firmly believe that this changes nothing in the market sentiment for what we're going to experience over the remainder of this bull run. I don't think this changes a single thing. It's just a bit of a hiccup that we're going through right now. And in my opinion, it is extremely needed. It is super needed because think about how many meme coin scams have been going on. The fraud and corruption and scams, outright scams that have been happening between Trump launching a coin, Melania. We have Kanye sold his account or something so that they could launch a crypto meme coin. The president of countries are launching and rugging coins. This is just unreasonable fluff in the market that needs to get dried up. And this is what is going to happen with this sell-off. So the gamblers who are willing to get wrecked on meme coin rugs are getting wrecked now on their leveraged positions. Some of the largest liquidation events in history, like I said. And so it's just like, it's just a massive de-risking, and then we can come back healthier. You gotta clean out. Sometimes you gotta take a step back to clean up everything before you can actually get that step forward. I'm doing good, Wizard. Thank you for asking. Adam with the special gray box around it says he's loaded up big on Nano, XNO. You got to get in the trenches with us, man. You keep buying all these larger cap coins. Nano. XNO. $140 million market cap. This is, yeah, I don't know why you would load up big on Nano. Go look at this. It's been there for 3 cycles. Is there a pattern here? We have one massive pump, huge sell-off. Second massive pump, not even close to where it was from the previous pump, huge sell-off. Is that the third massive pump? This is like the exact opposite of what you would like to see for charts. I would like to see it start off small and get bigger pumps as time goes on, not smaller pumps. This is not something I would touch. But maybe you are privy to something that I'm not privy to. Or maybe even the risk or reward, like even if it does go from $1 here up to like $5 and repeats the same pattern over again, that's a nice little 5x, but you're taking on a huge amount of risk compared to if you got into some of the other stuff that's newer, that hasn't had this kind of market fluctuations, you know? That's just my 2 cents though. I don't even know what it does. So I'll keep wanting to put my phone down, but I feel like the angle's a little bit too peculiar. Just a buying opportunity for stuff you believe in. I don't believe we're done yet. Disclaimer, I am slightly retarded. I look like Hunter Biden. Oh, it was the worst insult I've actually gotten.
That is not true.
What do you recommend for someone new to investing at 30 years old? I recommend getting rid of as much debt as you can possibly get rid of. If you already have no debt, then slowly DCAing into some large stable projects, both in crypto and in the stock market. I would suggest trying to get a smoothed portfolio that has limited volatility, but also taking on a good amount of risk, just because you're still young enough where it's like you have plenty of time if you blow up your portfolio once or twice. Just try and avoid that by setting out like a strong foundation where like 50% of your stuff is invested in things that are going to be stable. And right now, that's nothing. Today, nothing is stable, but you can view it as like a shopping spree discount. You just went to the grocery store to find out that the entire grocery store is on sale. And so what are you going to do? Cry because last week you went grocery shopping and picked up some chicken for a more expensive price and you could have just waited till this week? Or you're just going to go buy the chicken again anyways at the cheaper price and enjoy the discounts. This is Bitcoin right now, down at $87,400, which is crazy. I do think we'll get a bit of a bounce as we come up to the 200-day moving average right here. My screen is so dusty. I do think we'll get a little bit of a bounce here, but honestly, nobody knows right now. We're in complete free fall. Ethereum looks like it just broke below the kind of trend line that we've been experiencing for this entire bull market. So Ethereum getting hit pretty hard. We'll see if it stays down below this. 1 wick or even like 2 or 3 days means nothing really in crypto. You want to see it come down, come up to the trend line and get rejected and start coming down again. That would be bearish, but this is just par for the course in my humbled opinion. Solana, like I said, one of the only things printing a green candle on the day, and that's because they already had their huge sell-off. Funny enough, it did come right back down to the area of contention that we had marked from the last range that we were in. So pretty interesting. What's good, Dawn? Welcome in.
Hi, Don.
Mandy says, hi, Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Hope Patrick is feeding you. No, he can get his own food. It's fine. Why don't you use SMC, smart money concepts, order blocks, etc. in your charting? Because it is overcomplicated in my opinion. I'm not really trading in and out of things on a day-to-day basis. I usually try and look for undiscovered sectors that I think have huge potential that the market is discounting, and order blocking and stuff like that doesn't really help too much. I'm sure I could implement it, but I don't have much knowledge on it, and so I don't use it. I really just use moving averages in areas of congestion. Things that I know for a fact, like larger institutions are using for stuff, so that I just feel like I know what's going on. But even I wanted to point something out to you guys to kind of showcase why this is mostly an institutional driven sell-off. And it takes a little bit of deeper thinking to get to this kind of concept. But if you come look at the Qs, all right, so the tech stocks out there, NASDAQ and the Qs, you guys know what the Qs are. You go look at the Qs. We've had now 4 straight sell-offs in a row every single day. The market opens and we see a dump. If you come look at a closer view of the Qs, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This is a 15-minute chart, and if you come looking in, let's actually zoom out a little bit. Let's go to like the hourly. You'll see that what we get in the market is a huge sell-off at the beginning of the day. So as soon as market opens, we're getting a sell-off and a bounce, and then a sell-off at the end of the day again. So we get another sell-off, a little bit of a bounce, and then a big sell-off again. A little bit of a bounce, big sell-off, right? These coincide pretty perfectly with market open. Market opens, we get a huge sell-off. We get a midday bounce as kind of institutions go and take their lunches. Institutional traders go take their lunches. Retail comes in and buys. And then as we exit the day again, we're getting more sell-offs, which is not a really good position to be in. And one thing I really want to do, okay, I really want to have you guys go have some homework, okay? You have homework after this live stream and for the rest of this week, and it'll be fun, okay? I want you to go watch Margin Call, okay? It's a movie about the '08 crisis as viewed from the institutional side. It's called Margin Call, and I highly recommend you guys watch that. Then, if you have time and you're into it, rewatch The Big Short. I'm sure everyone here has watched The Big Short. If you haven't, definitely go watch it. But watch Margin Call, then watch The Big Short. Margin Call is about how the '08 crisis and how institutions kind of saw it come really quickly. They saw everything starting to crumble, and they were out in the public saying everything is great and everything looks fine, and yet behind the scenes they were dumping as fast as they possibly could. Okay, I just want you guys to kind of go watch that, not to induce any fear or anything in everyone's minds here, but I think it's definitely worth watching. What the fuck, man? I can watch movies all day. Let's go. Well, YouTube, but same. Yeah, movies are fun. Homework, what the heck? Listen, C90, it's good. You need to study up on some stuff. You need to just keep an eye on everything that's happening. But back to kind of the main thing that I wanted to point out to you guys on the daily. QQQ selling off dramatically. NASDAQ selling off not as dramatically, but pretty dramatically. That's just a quick sell-off. We got the Asian market right now kind of holding up pretty decent. This is GXC, holding up pretty good. But everything is having large-scale pullbacks. Bitcoin, Ethereum, we already went through. I want to pull up DXY. And this is what's making this sell-off a little bit more unique. The dollar. The dollar is currently selling off. The dollar looks like it peaked out here back in January 10th. I know you can't really see that. But the dollar's even having a sell-off. You go look at 10-year bonds. The 10-year treasury from the United States government is having a huge sell-off as well. So this is really just a flee to nothing. Like, what are they fleeing to? You know what I mean? Bonds are selling off. Risk assets are selling off. The dollar is selling off. Everything is selling off pretty quickly today and this week. Where is the money going? Well, a little secret, guys. The money never actually existed. It's all fake. None of it's real. The money was never actually there. They're just de-leveraging, de-risking, getting out of these leveraged up positions. Really good for Bybit. The timing could not have been better for Bybit when it comes to having to take out loans on crypto and then everything sells off. Global M2 is at all-time highs. Guess what happens next? Bullish, Dawn. Let's go. I know. There is like, I mean, again, nothing changes. We saw all these economic factors looking riskier and riskier. We were talking about how job market was slowing down. We were talking about how job openings were slowing down. Yesterday, I think we got some data saying that people weren't working as much because there weren't as many hours available. That comes before unemployment numbers start to skyrocket. Although unemployment numbers were coming down last time we saw the unemployment numbers and everything, like people weren't getting fired as much. There were still job openings and everything. But you actually go take a look at what's happening underneath everything, and you can see that there is some shakiness. And I think the market, paired with the trade war scare that's going on right now, is just panicking, just trying to get out of the market until they can see what's actually going on. So, I don't know. I'm curious, does anyone else have a take on what's going on? What to pay attention to? What's holding up still in this market? What is still actually holding up? Because from what I'm seeing, the answer is nothing. And I'm really wishing, I told in the Discord that anyone holding Palantir should take should sell some covered calls back when it was Palantir, back when it was at 120 up at the exact peak up there. 120, I think I said it. It went up a little bit higher, and then the next day had a huge sell-off. Because I know a lot of people in the Discord hold Palantir. I really wanted to sell some shorts or sell some puts up there. Or, sorry, buy some puts up there. But I didn't, just because I didn't want to go through the headache of moving money around. Palantir, I love it as a long-term play. I think it's great. The forward PE on Palantir right there was 600. What the fuck? Who in their right mind holds something with a forward PE of 600? The PEG, price to earnings growth ratio, was like 35. I don't like anything higher than like a 3. And that's even pushing it. Cow Protocol up 42% today. Let's go, David. Cows for the win. Dynex is holding bullish. Dynex is, in fact, holding. Dynex is up today just a little bit. But dare I say, we zoom out a little bit on Dynex, and nothing is holding. But that's because all that's left in Dynex are the die-hard core believers. There is no more visitors in Dynex. All of, like, they had that mining protocol, they had the exploit happening with the miners, and they solved that, and we've basically bottomed from when they solved it. They solved it, like, mid last week. And so everything is looking pretty good for Dynex in the future here, but all that's left are the die-hard holders, basically just us. We're the only people left here. Oh, there was also a little bit of FUD that went around this morning about Noble increasing the buy and sell tax to 15%. Turns out that was a glitch. You want to come on live?
I would love to, but I have so much work to do.
Uh-huh.
I'm also wearing the same sweatshirt I wore yesterday.
That's okay. I think I'm wearing the same pants as it was yesterday.
And shirt.
And shirt. No, not during the live. I didn't wear this during live.
Okay.
Was I wearing this during the live yesterday?
I think you were.
No, that's awkward. I'm confused if Dynex is a scam or not. Why are you confused about Dynex being a scam? All Dynex green candles are Patrick. Kinda. Is there any way I could get in touch with Yeti? Sure, he's in the Discord for Dynex all the time. He's in those investors Discord as well if you want to tag him there. He just might not respond. That's it. This is pre-recorded. Get out of here, C90. No. Retail doesn't move price. It's central banks hedging and pooping on retail at key levels. Depends what you're talking about. Retail definitely moves price on some things, but overall market, yeah, it's institutions dumping right now. Institutions are dumping on everyone's head. And then they induce panic, they send the price down lower, and then they get back in. It's the easiest playbook to read every single time it happens. Like, odds are they're going to send the indices down to the 100-day moving average, regroup, regather, and buy back in. Institutions are at record high exposures to financial assets. They have not been this exposed since the dot-com bubble, which is a scary thing. I never really want to compare anything to the dot-com bubble, but like institutions are at record high levels of exposure. And they just are de-risking right now with the trade war that's happening. And I don't even think it's going to be a trade war. The tariffs are going to come in, and it's just going to be what it is. Like, I don't know. It's not really a war that's happening. They're going to hit retaliatory trade tariffs on us, and it's going to cause a little bit of a headache. But ultimately, I don't think it's going to cause much, except I do think it'll add the necessary strain on the economy to get the Fed to end QT, which they've already said they're going to be doing. So oh yeah, I was wearing the Boston shirt. Dangerous haircut when hosting a roast later.
What is it?
Spec said I have a dangerous haircut to host a roast with.
The roast host.
The roast host. No, it'll be good. I'm excited for the roast, actually. I did some well thought out roasts yesterday. I think it's going to be funny because when it's time to introduce Bio and it's time to roast Bio, I think I'm literally just going to put the chart up and say nothing. I think it'll be the funniest roast. I wouldn't message him on Discord. I would tag him in the open Discord. As someone who gets a ton of messages, I don't really check the messages. I check the actual tags in group chats that I'm a key part of, because it's too hard. Like, I have just text messages. I have like 80 unread text messages. As far as Discord notifications, I think I have like 4,000 Discord notifications. Now those are in groups. I think I have like probably 30 different people DMing me and a lot of friend requests that I haven't responded to. And it's nothing personal. I just don't physically have the time in the day to respond to everyone. Telegram is a whole nother story. Telegram, I have literally hundreds of DMs from people, and I just can't do it. I just can't. That's why I come live, though, because then anyone who wants to ask me questions, I'm here to talk to you guys live for an hour every day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Talk about decentralized science and the broader crypto markets. I am here in ETH Denver, and I found out what was happening yesterday from the live stream was that there is the outlets here don't have enough amperage behind them to actually power or charge any of the devices if you're using them. So I couldn't use my laptop because it was slow. It was dying trying to live stream quicker than I could charge it, and I didn't have any charge on it at all. So I just couldn't do it. And so I'm doing it again on my phone, but today I'm using my laptop to actually read to you guys things that we want to talk about. This is like DeSci office hours, really. Basically, yeah. No, how do I plan to meet if you don't check your DMs? You're right. Truth, for you, I will check the DMs. Let me go check my DMs right now. Truth. Nope. I don't know where the DM is even. Just ask me here. Just ask me here, public. Where do you want to meet? You're going to be at the event today, yeah? Low amps, that's crazy. I know. It's nuts. You need an AI agent handling your Telegram. I know. I need an automation workflow that I can just sort through the nonsense. Unbound Science just responded to my post saying the roast they would use is "Your mama's so fat," and then it just cut off. I couldn't see anything else that they said, but I feel like a Your Mama joke at a DeSci event's not going to be great.
No. Oh my gosh. Poor moms.
I don't know when you'll be there yet. I'm going to the Roast of DeSci hosted by ResearchCoin tonight from 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. Talk about Dynex. Of course, what would you like for me to talk about? Dynex is green on the day. Therefore, it is the best asset to be holding on today's market. However, Dynex is down at 8.7 cents, which is, I think this morning they hit an all-time low. Yep. This morning they hit an all-time low. Now it was fair launched and it just had to do with mining. And so debatable if you can call anything an all-time low if it was fair launched like that, but it is an all-time low. Which is brutal. However, I will say, all right, let's take a look at this, guys. You guys know I enjoy this trading pattern. Let's take a look on Dynex here. All right. We got, oh, I am very zoomed in. We got what looks kind of like a double bottom, right? But marginally lower today, little bit marginally lower. We got right to the moving average. The RSI is showing signs of strength and reversal. This is a bullish divergence. When the price is going lower, but the RSI is starting to go up, usually indicates a pop. Now, hopefully this is the pop that corresponds with the actual bottom, not just something like this where the price was coming down, right? Price was going down, RSI was starting to curl up, and we did get a pop only to get rejected. Now, the key differentiation here is that during that period, there was a malicious actor within the Dynex mining ecosystem who was mining tokens without contributing to the network's use of proof of useful work. They weren't doing any jobs, but they were mining tokens and tricking the network. Those miners are gone, and they patched the repairs back down here. They patched the repairs right here and announced it, and we had a big sell-off, and then people are buying back in without the selling pressure. Remember, Dynex has an ongoing $10 million worth of buybacks that are coming back through into the market. They are buying $10 million worth of the token. The market cap is only 9 million right now. So they are currently committed to buying more than the actual market cap of the entire project. So the attacker is gone. The network is growing. They're getting new clients. They just launched the crypto task force. They have the Dynex holder incentive program that I'm earning a gross amount of Dynex on every single day. They have the buybacks happening right now. They have in March, literally less than a month away, they will be doing an announcement at a Web3 Amsterdam event in which they're going to be talking about the upcoming chip that they're going to be launching. Remember that quantum chip that they're going to be doing 1,000 qubits with room temperature quantum computing. They are competing against the likes of NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, IBM. It's insane, the competition that they're going up against. And to be completely frank right now, they are winning on every facet. They are out-competing on every single facet. And now they finally have that malicious actor gone. I am very, very bullish on the setup that's happening here for Dynex. I say it all the time, so you guys I'm sure are getting sick of it, but very seldom do you get opportunities in the market like this. And Dynex is one of those opportunities that I will look back on in a year's time and be like, holy shit, I am glad that I scraped together every single penny that I had to put into Dynex. Like genuinely, and then I'll, unless you guys want me to keep ranting about Dynex here, but genuinely, the tokens are worth 8.7 cents right now. Every dime you have is worth one Dynex token. Every dime. Okay? I firmly believe that we can see Dynex going to $100. If it goes to $1 billion market cap, which would still be undervalued in my opinion, that is a $10 Dynex. So let's just say, for the case of argument, so that I don't seem like a moon boy right now, we put it at $10 for a base case for Dynex, okay? That's a $1 billion market cap, and that's where we see it. That means every single dime that people have in their pockets is worth $10. That's insane. Every dollar you have is actually worth $100 if you put it into the correct projects. Right now is very painful, and I get that. Right now, if you have conviction that we're still going to see the same 4-year cycle and that it's not the end of the world and that the Fed actually did get some sort of a soft landing for the time being and that the market is not actually crumbling to zero, right now are the opportunities to make those life-changing gains. No, it might not seem like a lot, but if you have $20 left in a meme coin that you got rugged on, you put $500 into it thinking it was going to be the next whatever, Pepe, fart coin, I don't care, fill in the blank, and you got rug pulled on, which all of them are rug pulled at this point. Now's the time to grab those $10 bags, $20 bags, and reallocate them into the positions that you really do believe are going to put in those crazy outsized returns. I mean, just for the simplicity of finding a project that we all can agree is going to do really well, because I know for some reason people think Dynex isn't going to do as good as I think it's going to do, but I know it's going to do really good, but I think all of us can agree that Research Hub is going to do really good. Research Hub being Brian Armstrong's project, sitting at a whopping 30 cents right now. Every dollar that you can scrape together to put into Research Hub gives you 3 tokens at the current price. 3 tokens, a little bit more than that, 3 1/3. If Research Hub goes to $1 billion market cap, that's a $10 Research Hub. If Research Hub goes to $10, that means that every dollar you can put into it right now is actually worth $30. And you really need to start thinking about it like that. That means maybe right now is not the time to go out and buy new furniture for your apartment. Maybe right now is not the time to go out and get an appetizer at a restaurant, because that $10 appetizer is actually worth $300 if you can put it into the right projects. I just want people to start thinking like that in certain aspects of their life. I'm not saying just live on an air mattress like I did last cycle. I am saying to prioritize where you put your money. And if you believe that the cycle is over, follow Wall Street, follow the rest of the people who are just panic selling at the bottom of these prices. Because maybe it won't be the bottom. Maybe you're right, and we go much, much lower than here. But if you are like the rest of us who firmly understand that the market cycle is not just over with a 20% dip in Bitcoin, and that all of these headwinds that we're experiencing right now are not new or surprising, and they're in fact the same headwinds we've experienced last month and the month before that caused little panics in the market that we recovered from very quickly, nothing's actually changed. None of this news is new news at all. And so if you can understand that and wrap your head around it, you can see some of these value propositions in the market. Just my 2 cents on it. There's been a large de-risking that's going on right now. All that money is going to flow back into the market. All that it's doing is causing that panic that's taking the Fed to change and pivot their stance on QT. What happens when they end QT, which they've already said they're starting to end QT? QT right now has been $55 billion a month of the Fed taking a vacuum and just sucking up liquidity whenever they can. The Fed's just been rug pulling liquidity for the last 2 years. And that is coming to an end now. They said it in the Fed minutes that happened last week that they were going to start ending QT. What happens after they end QT? Interest rates start coming down. QE starts up. You don't get that without a little bit of turbulence in the market. So we'll see. We're going to the center of the earth. No, please. All the candles in the charts are just shattering through the bottom of the laptops. ICT community knows this is proved there's a central bank algo. Oh, without a doubt, dude. Indicators, RSI, trend lines are retail. They don't work at all. Completely disagree. You go look at any of the terminals that people use. If anyone's not using an algorithm, they have things like the RSI. They have things like the MACD. They have different indicators on their charts. You can go see it point blank. But most of it's just algorithmic driven, which means you get these headline moves and these quick sell-offs that happen. The more we get algorithms in the market, the more volatile a lot of these sell-offs happen, because they don't have any reason, they don't have any human thought behind it. It's just, oh, bad news, I sell regardless of price. Either homelessness or yacht party. Exactly, Beagle. Exactly. Colin, you're arguing with someone who uses the phases of the moon to trade. I don't think that it's worth wasting your breath on. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Yeah, I'm still, I mean, this doesn't change anything. Like I've said over and over again on this live stream, we all knew these were like the events that were coming up. I think the market's overreacting quite a bit, but my opinion doesn't matter. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. Like I said, though, despite knowing that these events were coming up, or that these events were looming over our heads, the risk to reward, if the market didn't sell off like this and the market had in fact ripped and doubled, I think that would have left a lot of people feeling worse than sitting through a bit of pain in the market. Currently speaking for decentralized science, though, we are down an astonishing 16% on the day. What is leading us downwards is Hydra Dow down 28%, Nova Blocks down 22%, Galeon down 20%, Wellshare down 19%. We got to be some big movers that are down, some large caps that are down bad, because it doesn't make sense that those are all smaller ones that are down. Bio is down 9%. Axon's down 11%, although they're up 25% on the week. So shout out anyone holding large sums of Axon. DNA, Muda, they are up 50% on the week, down 10% on the day. So that's exciting. Wellshare up 100% on the week, down 20% on the day. That is also fairly exciting for that community. What's going up today? We have Solve up 50% on the day. We have Not Defi Hellman up 17%. We have CTI up 28%. Pretty interesting. Psy to $1.02 is your price prediction, still $10. Yeah, my price predictions don't change just because the market goes down. All that happens is you get that potential ROI go up. I still like I said, none of this news is shocking or new or novel news. This is all stuff that was taken into account with the price predictions. What's different about Psy than other DeSci projects? Psy focuses on personalized medicine, so research into personalized therapies for cancer or different diseases of the brain, like different diseases like multiple sclerosis, which have a large influence by someone's genetics. Those types of diseases are going to be the first ones that can find cures that are specific for people. So Poseidon DAO is funding research into that kind of medicine and advancements, whereas other projects like Vita DAO are funding research into longevity and research to just allow for people to live extended lifespans, or Cryo DAO focusing on research into cryogenic freezing, or you go look at projects like WellShare focused in on at first diabetes research, but now they're kind of branching into treatment agnostic research. But all of them are in the same general vicinity of biotech, but Poseidon DAO is focused in on that personalized research, personalized medicine research, which is pretty cool. I like to see that they're holding up a little bit in this sell-off, but they had already sold off so much. Like they were up at $5, now they're down at $1. So you're already seeing a crazy sell-off on them. So it makes sense that what you have left are the diehard people, not the visitors. You know what I mean by that? The traders, the people who jump in because it's got momentum and jump out when it loses momentum. What you're left after sell-offs like this are just those diehard community members. What's good, Zaj? Welcome in. Sometimes I look at the moon and I swear it winks at me. Did your TA? I don't know what that means, Landon, but yes. What is so funny over there?
Did your TA?
Yeah. I think he's just asking about technical analysis. Dylan is holding 55,000 Psy tokens. God damn, Dylan. That is a diehard community member. You got 55 grand in Poseidon DAO. Let's watch that thing go back up to $10. Bitcoin dominance is a culprit. Absolutely. But the top should be in any week now. I have PTSD with that. I feel like I've been saying that for a month. Did your tax guy hit you back? Not yet. Soon, though. I'm sure he will. I'm probably calling him today because I know he's out in Denver, so I want to meet up with him while we're out here. I have to do my taxes still. Hood. It's just the speed of this sell-off is crazy. DMXE compound details. I have not taken the time to research exactly what is going on with that token, DXME, but let's go look at it real quick. DMXE. Also, did you see Pump Science is pausing any future launches? They did a post about it, so we'll go look at that as well. DMXE, deoxymethoxyethamine. Interesting. Next generation dissociative. Is that all there is? It's better than ketamine, apparently. So far, there are 15 trip reports with DMXE. Let's go read the general on these trip reports. It looks like it's just a different version of ketamine, kind of. I have no idea. This is going to take a lot of research. I imagine going into SciDAO's, not Poseidon DAO, but SciDAO's Telegram or Discord group is going to give more insight into what is going on with this than reading any reviews or stuff that's on the market. Not a great time in the market to launch. I know. Brutal time to launch. We'll see. Whenever the market starts rebounding, we'll see some good launches coming from that. But let's see. So, Pump Science says, Gossi. On Saturday, Gossi launched on Pump Science. The drug dev purchased 35% with the dev buy. After sending the agreed 4% of the token supply to VitaDAO, they distributed the remaining tokens across multiple addresses and began dumping the dev buy. Pump Science immediately confronted the drug dev. While initially denying the involvement, today the drug dev announced they're stepping down. We were able to get them to return all of the 52 SOL in profits from the addresses we identified and used it to buy back and burn the Gossi tokens. Current status, all remaining Gossi tokens have been transferred to VitaDAO. The socials are now under Pump Science's control and the fly experiments are being initiated. Pump Science has officially CTO'd the Gossi drug pump. Now, genuinely, this is a crazy development. While I respect and understand everything Pump Science is doing and trying to accomplish with this open source, open access launching of drug compounds, right now scammers are everywhere. It's literally just a pure scam, greed, capitulation type market. And so I'm not that surprised that some of the people here would be willing to go through all of the preliminary efforts to scour away all of the scammers from launching on Pump Science. They'd be willing to do this for 2 or 3 months in order to push out a token that has that chance of actually becoming successful and then just dumping it immediately. Gossi, weirdly enough, I think is up a lot today. Let me go to my watch list and check out Gossi. On the news of the CTO, Gossi up 307% on the day. It is still only $187,000 market cap, but after the dev finished just dumping on everyone, they CTO'd it, and people are coming back in aggressively. Right now, I'm not in any kind of rush to buy anything like this, but I would keep my eye on it, and as soon as the market looks like it's not just falling off a cliff, these tokens, I think, are going to do really, really well. I mean, they're already showing pretty strong signs of growth today, but that's because the market caps are all under $250,000. So they're really tiny. Still stacking Dynex every week. Every week. I'm getting pretty dry on funds myself, guys. Almost all of my money, if not all of my money, is actually deployed in the market. And so I'm having to scrape together money that I can deploy because I just think it's insane that we're seeing these prices. Luckily, I don't have any leverage within the market, so I don't have any concerns about getting liquidated at these prices, but it is difficult to continue to DCA when you just straight up don't have the funds left. I've put everything back in the market, which is good. Hopefully. Knock on wood. Show them again so I can screenshot. Of course, my guy. Of course. I can also put the list into the Telegram. This is funny. Someone posted on X 20 hours ago that they locked their grandmother in a cage until Bitcoin goes back above 100,000. with the photo of the grandma in a giant cage. The current state of the market. I know, no capital will pay any of these taxes. Let me see if I can share this out. Share the watch list. Allow anyone, copy link. We'll go into the DeSci Shillers, the general, and we will post it. And then we'll say pump science. Come on. Launched tokens. And then we will copy this, Control C, and we will go to the Discord, in which we will click on those investors. We will go to the crypto side and we will paste it there as well. I think that's probably the second time I've given you guys a list, but I appreciate all of you guys being here. That's what Pat did to me, but for DeSci. For Bill. It's worth it. How was skiing, Don? How was it? The slopes over the weekend. ARK is up for the week. Bullish. My grandma is locked earning bid tokens. That's bullish, Beagle. That's a good utility. Good utility. Thanks, got it. Of course. Reckless, of course. We'll see, guys. We'll see. How many of you guys got liquidated today? Or yesterday? Or this week, for all that matters. This week. How many of you guys got liquidated this week? Show of hands. Don't be afraid. It's okay. You know what's funny is Bitcoin dominance is falling aggressively today. But the whole market's falling, so it doesn't feel like Bitcoin dominance is falling. Usually when Bitcoin dominance falls, we get pumps in everything else. But right now, it's just that Bitcoin is falling harder than everything else is. And again, more, in my opinion, more indication that it's not retail selling, it's institution selling. You have a lot of the institution projects, the institution coins, institution companies that are selling off harder than the retail focused ones. So either institutions are panicking or they know something. My money's on the fact that they're panicking because what the news that's out, everything that they're telling us that they're panicking over, all the fundamentals behind things, none of it's new. It's all the same information. So feels like they're just panicking, but who knows? That's why I said your homework, everyone, because it's a divergence between ETH and Bitcoin lows. I hear what you're saying, because Ethereum fell too hard, so Bitcoin needs to catch up to it. My homework assignment for all of you guys is to go watch Margin Call. We likely won't have a live stream tomorrow, so take that with a grain of whatever the saying might be, but we probably won't have a live stream tomorrow. No leverage, bullish. Ski was great, 2 days back to back, and did mostly double Black Diamond Hills. God damn, Don. That's crazy. That's crazy. Enjoy, Denver. Thank you, Spec Truth. ETH needs the stronger divergence, not taking the low to start alt season. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. All right, guys. I have to go get ready for the roast of DeSci. So I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be really interesting. And I have to come up with PG roasts. Otherwise, I'll get in trouble. But I think it's going to be, yeah, I've been coming up with them all day, all week. So your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Is it over? It's never over. Let's go, baby. All right, now I have to close out.